A flurry of action, the assassins leap from tree to tree surrounding Helmut. Their movements are quick and silent. One assassin stands out, drawing his dagger, ready to strike. The forest is quiet as they prepare for the fight. The assassin leaps towards Helmut, a blur in the shadows, a strike with great power. The assassin's strike lands, a cloud of dust erupting. Helmut's voice echoes, "Over here." The assassin reels back in shock. He can't believe Helmut dodged his attack. Helmut appears behind the stunned assassin, bow drawn and eyes glowing. "Since you're armed and tried to ambush me." Helmut fires the branch, shocking the assassins. Their leader questions if he's truly being mocked. Their leader watches in disbelief as the branch hits its target. "This," he screams. Helmut leaps forward with incredible speed. "One," he says. Another assassin falls. "Kug," he coughs as he is hit by Helmut. The leader's face twists in anger, enraged by his team's failures. More assassins move in. The assassin leader begs for mercy, but Helmut is unmoved. "If you intend to kill another, then you should be prepared to be killed." Helmut's glare hardens as the assassin crashes down, defeated. The last assassin falls. A lone figure appears to ensure that there are no witnesses left behind. Darian. Helmut moves forward to the next stage. "You told me this human world is so boring." Helmut stares forward, his crimson eyes glowing menacingly. His adventure has only just begun. The council discusses the demonic forest and its unusable land. "Can't we send people who must die there?" The council agrees to exile troublesome individuals to the Demon King's forest, but someone is objecting. The council bestows darkness upon the baby, naming him Helmut. Thus begins his tragic fate. The Demon King's forest, a place of exile where no one survives, not even the strongest. Criminals are dropped into it. A baby born with darkness is abandoned in the Demon King's forest. Its existence is sin. 10 days pass as the abandoned child fights to survive. A dark energy grows within him. And the child survived. A mysterious beast approaches the abandoned baby. That day, a snow leopard found Helmut, abandoned and alone in the Demon King's forest. Helmut tries to stop the rabbit, yelling, "Stop right there, darn rabbit." He's still hunting for food. Helmut pounces on the rabbit. "Just die quietly," he says, ending his hunt for food. Olaga, the snow leopard, is proud of its catch. She asks Helmut if he's used to hunting. Olaga explains to Helmut that demonic beasts have cores. Eat them to get stronger. Olaga stops Helmut from eating the demonic beast's core. "You're human, not a demonic beast." Olaga warns Helmut that he'll become a beast and stuck in the forest. Helmut scoffs at the ridiculous idea. "Wouldn't it be better if I just ate the demonic core?" Helmut asks. Olaga tells Helmut to leave the forest. Helmut is confused how she knows. Helmut questions Olaga, asking who told her it was possible to escape the demonic forest. Olaga remains silent, staring back at Helmut. Helmut realizes Olaga knows about the person he met before. A dangerous path awaits. A mysterious figure states that the human has grown old and weakened over time in the forest. Olaga fed and raised Helmut, but he wants to leave. "Disgusting, didn't you ask me to take care of myself?" Olaga is upset. She is mad that he's planning to leave. "Do as you please." Olaga watches Helmut leave, knowing she can't stop him. The journey begins. Olaga is upset and shouts at Helmut, "I don't care if you die along the way." Someone is watching him nearby. Someone is watching Helmut, another human who doesn't have the seed of darkness. Helmut, the forsaken child, will soon have his fate shaken by chance. Helmut pants, surprised to see such a serene clearing amidst the demonic forest. Helmut sees a structure made by humans, a rarity in this forest. "I'm sure of it." Helmut smirks at the building. "Finally, a thing like this." But as he steps forward, a swift kick knocks him to the ground. Karg. As Helmut struggles, the man muses, "Olaga told me a human lived here. I see." The man demands, "Why did you come to see me?" He thinks, "If you just wanted a human." Caught in the man's grasp, Helmut declares, "I want to get out." The man scoffs as Helmut finishes to get out of this forest. The man, now revealed to be named Darian, asks Helmut what his name is. Darian warns Helmut that the world outside is not as beautiful as he thinks. Darian says demonic beasts have weak bodies but are cunning and cruel. Were you born here? Darian says Helmut must have a seed of darkness to survive. He says he owes a debt to the leopard. Darian tells Helmut the reason he was left in the forest, his seed of darkness. Darian warns Helmut that leaving the forest means being hunted and possibly killed by humans. Do you still? Darian observes Helmut with a careful eye. I see, okay. Darian, unfazed, observes Helmut with a smirk. You have quite the... Darian says, if you want to go to the world of humans, let's go. He continues, I'll make you into a human. Helmut asks, what do I have to do to get out of here? Darian thinks to himself, stronger first. Darian hesitates when Helmut asks whom he has to see. I can't tell you that yet. Helmut wants to be stronger but doesn't know how as Darian says, just do what I say. He is ready. Helmut is shocked. Why do I have to do something like this? Darian shows Helmut to his new bed. What's this? Helmut asks as Darian says, your bed. Helmut says, phew, I can rest now, right? Darian scoffs, calling him a lazy brat. Helmut tells him to change. Helmut tries on the clothes. This is tight and uncomfortable, he thinks, eyeing them cautiously. Helmut wonders why they're back outside. Darian says he has something else to teach him. Darian explains that water doesn't have demonic energy. Helmut hesitantly tries a plant, finding it edible. Helmut questions his water-fetching chores, finding them pointless. Suddenly, he is attacked by a giant leopard. Whoa. Olaga shouts, upset that Helmut listens to Darian and not her. What are you doing? Helmut cries, remembering he is not a demonic beast, he belongs with humans. Helmut decides nothing good will happen if I stay here. Olaga says, I'm off, see you later. The leopard seems content as it walks away. Well, I'm sure he'll have a good life. Helmut struggles to do the exercises. Darian, I'm tired. Darian asks if he doesn't want to leave the forest. Darian watches Helmut struggle to do simple exercises. He's holding on pretty well. Darian reflects that Helmut has more than just the seed of darkness. He tells him to sit. Helmut is slammed onto the ground by Darian. I'm hungry, Helmut gasps, but he still says, all right. Darian tells Helmut to use a spoon, but he stares intently. He realizes it's food. Helmut asks Darian if he isn't going to eat. Darian says to listen while eating. Darian says it's because of this that he is planning on teaching the sword tomorrow. The title card is shown, introducing the viewers to Helmut, the Forsaken Child. Darian practices his swordsmanship. He swings the heavy blade, creating gusts of wind as he trains. A woman watches as Darian begins his demonstration, his words echoing, watch closely. Darian continues his sword demonstration. He exerts as he swings with immense power and speed. Helmut watches Darian's demonstration. I just saw lightning coming from that piece of wood, he gasps. Darian unleashes an incredible slash, the speed creating what looks like golden lightning. The ground shakes as Helmut stares ahead. A newfound power awakens within the boy. The forest awaits. Darian stands before Helmut, saying that is how humans survive. Helmut looks shocked. Just as demonic beasts have energy, so do humans. Helmut realizes he felt it before with Olaga and Darian. I want to learn it too. Darian strikes Helmut. Don't be so impatient, your body isn't ready for this yet. Darian preaches about swordsmanship. Understanding the sword will be difficult, distressing, and painful. He tightens his grip on the sword. Darian emphasizes, if you pour your heart out, the sword will reward you for it. Helmut looks down at the blade in his hands and replies, yeah. Darian yells at Helmut to focus properly. Helmut screams out in pain. Helmut argues that his form was fine after training. Darian sighs, asking if Helmut is trying to rebel. Helmut argues that he is speaking respectfully and asks Darian what the problem is. Darian wipes his brow, telling Helmut that proper form isn't everything. He asks, must I explain everything? Helmut yells back, wondering why Darian doesn't explain things better from the start. Darian sighs, calling Helmut strange. While Helmut may seem irrational, he is actually quite intelligent and tenacious. Darian takes a moment observing Helmut's training, realizing there is something different about him. He thinks to himself, Darian states that he will teach Helmut, then immediately strikes. Helmut is struck again and is told he has grown weaker. Helmut yells at Darian for striking him again, feeling even more pain. Why'd you hit me twice? Darian asks if Helmut understands the difference. Helmut simply replies that he does not. Helmut tries to understand, stating he feels like he is starting to get it, but the amount of pain was different. Darian asks if Helmut understands now. He adds that simply imitating the appearance is not enough. It's the smallest details. Darian states all of Helmut's efforts must come under control. Only then can he truly say he's learned something. Darian states that Helmut isn't swinging the sword with meaning, he is just moving his arms like a woodcutter. Helmut replies with an Darian orders Helmut to continue his sword training. Helmut practices by hitting wooden logs. Darian told Helmut that resting is also part of his training. Helmut says he's bored. Helmut greets Alaga, surprised by her growth. She seems curious about his increased size as well. Alaga comments on Helmut's growth, referring to it as though an acorn turned into a chestnut. She recalls that Darian was indebted to her. She granted him permission to stay. Alaga asserts herself as the owner of the Central Forest region. She recalls a snake named Naho. Alaga wonders what would happen if Helmut and Darian were to fight. Only time will tell the result. Alaga wonders what would happen if she fought Darian. Darian responds that he is not certain. Alaga pauses, wondering why Naho hates Darian. The snow leopard chimes in, clarifying it's because he destroyed Naho's area. Disgusting area. Alaga towers over Helmut, asking if he is curious about something ahead. Helmut exclaims he can't stand his own curiosity. Alaga responds and Helmut falls into the water. Helmut realizes he was tricked and dropped into a familiar location. That's right, Helmut says, remembering this place. Alaga runs at incredible speed, bringing Helmut to the edge of the forest. Helmut, riding on the snow leopard, looks down at a village filled with struggling humans behind a large wooden wall. Helmut observes the scene with wide eyes, realizing it's a human farm with slaves being whipped and forced to work. A slave is being beaten. Helmut asks why. The guard says he isn't working. Helmut watches as women with bound hands are inspected like livestock. Helmut asks what that is. Alaga says they're similar but different. The snow leopard clarifies, asking if it's the female humans. The leopard explains how it works. They raise the humans to eat or enslave them. Alaga confirms it's a farm under Naho's protection, maintained by humans with a leader. A man arrives asking about sacrifices. The bald man confirms that the women are all present. A nervous girl is addressed. A woman screams as a shadowy figure grabs her face, proclaiming to make an exception to let her live longer. The leopard comments on how good the human is at finding those dropped in the forest. Helmut asks why he wasn't treated that way. The leopard hesitates, stating he doesn't like Naho's livestock growing in numbers. Helmut wonders if capturing humans is something they do. Alaga tells Helmut to go back now. The leopard's words are cut short by a massive two-headed serpent appearing behind them. It seems ready to strike. The two-headed serpent speaks, "That's a face I've missed seeing, Alaga, Naho." The leopard glares, asking, "You weren't sleeping?" Helmut is seen below, shocked. The two-headed serpent simply stood up, emitting an aura of immense pressure. The serpent asks if Helmut is the kid Alaga raised and mentions how delicious young males are. How about a bite? The serpent speaks, "The humans that Erggo prepared for me are especially delicious." Helmut looks on, concerned. Alaga, now enraged, yells at the serpent. The two-headed serpent laughs in response. The snow leopard retorts, "Don't get so angsty, I'm a peace lover, you know." The serpent recalls Darian destroying his farm. Alaga confirms Helmut stole clothes not related. Alaga's aura explodes outward, roaring that they'll rip the serpent to shreds. The serpent laughs at the threat. The snow leopard retorts, "Already, I hope you never come back here again, having fur all over my territory." The snow leopard says, "Goodbye then." Helmut below says, "Cuke." Helmut coughs and falls unconscious. Alaga wonders if he fainted after the serpent's appearance. Helmut awakens, groaning about his head. Alaga says since Naho saw him, Helmut must stick with him now. He hesitates. Alaga sighs, saying it can't be helped as Helmut is still young. Helmut wonders if he can become strong. The leopard wonders if Helmut being with Darian will make things harder, commenting on his strength. The snow leopard thinks about Helmut's hidden strength. He's beyond anything a normal human could ever achieve. Helmut looks down. Helmut tells Helmut it won't be easy, but it depends on his actions to grow strong and escape. Alaga thinks to himself to do your very best to become stronger. A human is approaching in the distance. Darian appears, commenting on Helmut's time with Alaga. He notes the sun is setting. Alaga silently thinks, I'll watch over you. Helmut is seen below, listening intently. Alaga walks away and says, all right. Darian leads Helmut back into the forest. The scene cuts to the cover of Helmut, The Forsaken Child, Episode 5. Helmut groans in pain, clutching his stomach in the middle of the night. Helmut thinks he is going to die. Darian tells him to eat some herbs. Darian tells Helmut to eat the poisonous herb. Helmut gags, unsure if he can eat it. He must obey Darian. Helmut groans. He realizes that the herb is poisonous and it is very painful. Helmut screams Darian's name, questioning what he's being fed while vomiting. Darian thinks to himself, it's been about 4 years since he's been here. Helmut continues to train his swordsmanship, furiously cutting down a tree with intense focus. The wood cracks, showing the effort. Helmut continues swinging his sword, while Darian watches with his arms crossed. Darian notices Helmut enjoying swordsmanship. Helmut notes his body feels lighter and vision is clearer. Darian asks if Helmut felt pain after eating the herb. Helmut claims it feels refreshing. Darian realizes it's time. Darian calls out to Helmut, asking if he remembers what he said about Vis. Darian tells Helmut the reason he hasn't taught him Vis until now, but his body is now ready. Helmut looks towards Darian. Darian sternly declares that he'll teach him the Vis training method starting now. Helmut's back is shown as he grips a sword ready to train. Darian focuses intensely, channeling Vis into his sword. Energy crackles all around him. Darian explains how to use Vis. Melt the energy, control it, use your sword. Darian, with Vis swirling around his blade, commands Helmut to incarnate it. He's now showing Helmut how to control Vis. Darian instructs Helmut to take up his sword to prepare for his Vis training. He must absorb nature's energy. Darian warns Helmut to forget about Vis. His body will break first. Helmut screams in pain as his body rejects the Vis training. Darian grimaces, preparing for the next phase. Darian teleports in front of Helmut, using Vis to strike him. Helmut is blown back. Helmut yells at Darian, asking if he's trying to kill him. He's frustrated and breathing heavily. Helmut struggles to lift a heavy wooden weight, sweat dripping down his face. Darian commands Helmut to utilize his senses, to absorb more energy around him. Darian soothes Helmut, telling him to take his time. Helmut says, just show me. Darian smiles, while Helmut intensely continues his Vis training with renewed focus. Helmut grits his teeth, thinking he must control his will. The force from the sword is devastating. Two silhouettes clash. Darian pushes Helmut to keep moving, maintaining his flow and getting quicker in his training. He instructs him to melt energy into his body. Helmut focuses, attempting to control the Vis flowing through his body. He remembers Darian's words. Helmut stands powerfully, focusing all his energy with Vis surrounding him. 4 years pass as Helmut continues to hone his skills within the demonic forest. Helmut stops training for a moment and catches his breath, feeling tired. He considers stopping for the day. Helmut asks if Darian has been watching him. Darian notes that Helmut is getting better. Helmut requests a duel. Helmut declines the duel, claiming Darian said he was lacking last time. Darian sighs, just do it. Helmut grips his sword, radiating Vis. Darian notes his rapid growth and inherent dark. Darian stops on the snowy path, turning to Helmut. It looks like the time has come. Helmut's eyes widen, a spark of hope igniting within him. Darian confirms the time has come to leave the forest. Helmut looks down, replying that he doesn't think he is strong enough. Darian warns Helmut about his seed of darkness. He says they must leave now or never. Helmut listens carefully to Darian's explanation. The human world awaits them south of the forest. Darian explains they must pass through a divine barrier to reach humanity. A weak point might be their only chance. Darian says that even with Helmut's darkness he should pass the barrier. Helmut wonders where the weak point is. Darian admits he doesn't know. Alaga is surprised someone else knows about the human village in Naho's territory. She realizes that Erggo is involved. Darian sighs, saying, lastly, he warns Helmut that the human world will have countless new experiences. Darian stares at Helmut, grabbing his shoulder firmly. Under any circumstances, do not lose yourself, that's all I ask of you. Darian asks if Helmut has any questions about their journey together. Darian questions Helmut's previous reluctance. Helmut firmly answers yes. Darian says if Helmut has nothing else to say, he will take a nap. Darian tells Helmut to return in the morning. Darian's voice booms, cutting through the silent forest, to spend some time alone after so long. The silent forest glows under the starlight. A river cuts through the snow-covered trees. Helmut sits on a rock, lost in thought. Vis, the snow leopard, watches him carefully. Vis asks why Helmut doesn't look excited for tomorrow. Helmut looks at her and quietly says her name, then confirms it. Helmut thinks that he can finally leave but has mixed feelings. He wonders why he feels so complicated. Vis rests her head on Helmut, surprising him. It's proof. Vis urges Helmut to leave Darian's cabin without hesitation. She understands his conflicted heart but knows it's time to go. Vis' open mouth shows razor-sharp teeth. Helmut is startled, turning towards the door. Darian sits alone in his cabin, preparing for Helmut's departure. He knows this is the last time he will see him. Helmut pauses, surprised by Darian's sudden appearance. He can't believe he is finally leaving the forest. Is this really happening? Helmut whispers Darian's name, then speaks his thoughts. It's really time for me to leave. Helmut enters the cabin and finds Darian kneeling on the floor, exhausted. Darian remembers Helmut. The youth's determined gaze is etched into his mind. Darian stands, facing away from the cabin. Helmut has finally decided to leave the forest with his master. Vis asks if Helmut knew someone died, then tells him not to feel guilty. Darian throws a ragged cloth at Helmut. Looks like I can finally give you this. Vis comments that the gold necklace might be useful in the human world. She believes it marks Vis as a noble. A voice echoes, wishing light on their path. It is written beside a name, Margaret Irene. Vis states that another person might be able to help Helmut. She speaks of the human farm. Vis urges Helmut, confirming the time has come. Helmut, remembering Alaga, wishes her a long life as he leaves. Vis watches Helmut walk away, wishing him well. Helmut is finally gone. Snow falls on the ground as Helmut departs into the unknown human world. Helmut arrives at the human farm and looks at the walls. He is about to enter. A dark figure watches from afar, their presence ominous. A candle flickers, drawing strange lightning. Darian, with a strained expression, prepares his sword. Helmut looks towards his mentor with a worried expression. Black magic and evil power can make even the weakest mage strong. Some cross forbidden lines. Erggo yearned for power but lacked the talent, so he chose a darker path, needing human suffering for his magic. Through human trafficking and kidnapping, Erggo acquired the materials he needed. Suffering fueled his dark magic. Captured and facing judgment, he was given a choice: death or exile. Erggo eventually met Naho, the two-headed snake. He submitted to her, gaining permission to stay in her territory with an agreement to bring her sacrifices. Erggo became the king of the farm, ruling over humans treated like livestock. Naho only cares that he offers her sacrifices. Erggo became ambitious again. However, every winter he couldn't help but feel nervous. Erggo was content, but winter always bothered him. An unknown figure stands before him. What do you want? Erggo demands the way out of the forest. He notes the boy's arrogance, then suspects Darian is involved. Erggo defiantly questions the demand, but the boy states he will die if he refuses. Erggo is confident, boasting that he has nothing to fear. He warns Helmut to avoid tricks. Erggo insists he is the only one who knows how to escape the forest. He declares that killing him would be foolish. Erggo scoffs, acknowledging Helmut's resolve. He decides to face him head-on. Erggo is surprised by the woman who is with Helmut. "What's your name?" he asks. She rebuffs him. "All right," he says. Erggo reveals that the method he knows is just theoretical. No one has tried to escape the forest. The woman states that Erggo has no intent to leave. Erggo doesn't respond, but he wonders what has happened to the other person. Oh, no answers, he must be dead. Erggo holds a book, laughing as he makes a proposal. He asks Helmut to be his successor. What do you think? Helmut dismisses Erggo's offer. Erggo, empowered by dark magic, proclaims Helmut is worthy as Darian's disciple. Helmut states he doesn't need what Erggo has, he will survive and escape. Erggo demands he stop talking and hand it over. Erggo relents and pulls out a book. It contains a mage's research on escaping the forest. Erggo mentions a place to get past the barrier, but only at a place where it's weakened. It would turn anyone to ashes. Erggo holds Helmut's shoulder, mocking his naivete. "Don't think lightly of life," he booms. "Darian taught me that." Helmut has bound Erggo, who is struggling to breathe. He is rendered helpless. Helmut says Erggo will be released after a while, telling him to change. Erggo curses, realizing his magic is gone. Erggo questions if Helmut thinks he can make it out alive. Helmut replies, "Of course." Erggo struggles against the ropes, his rage growing. How dare that brat do this? Erggo, fueled by rage, vows to destroy Helmut's confidence. "I'll crush it into tiny bits." Erggo, still bound, screams for Naho, begging the serpent to awaken. The forest floor trembles with the serpent's dormant power. Naho, awakened by Erggo's screams, unleashes a surge of power across the forest. The two-headed snake Naho looms, her question resounding. "Erggo, you haven't woken me up for nothing, have you?" Erggo insists that the situation is dire. Naho is shocked, learning of Darian's death and Helmut's arrival. Naho understands the situation's gravity after hearing Erggo's report. "I see, this is..." The earth rumbles once more. Naho declares this is the perfect opportunity to erase the traces she hates. She vows to find Helmut. Erggo smirks. Erggo unleashes a wave of energy, questioning if Helmut thinks he can escape after treating him so poorly. Helmut, the Forsaken Child. This 8th chapter will surely bring new challenges. As Helmut plummets through the canopy, he grits his teeth and prepares for impact. With a frustrated curse, Helmut wonders if he should have killed it. Demonic beasts run away from him. Helmut steadies himself after falling. He lets out a sigh of relief. Helmut realizes he needs to run as fast as he can to survive this. The place is filled with demonic energy. Helmut realizes that danger lurks nearby. Yuke. Helmut faces a massive, two-headed serpent, its demonic energy intense and suffocating. The serpent smiles, pleased to see Helmut. "Greetings, child, I knew you'd be back." The serpent welcomes Helmut, calling him a long-awaited guest. It declares Helmut can't leave, but Helmut retorts. Helmut states that he will leave only after he slays the serpent. "Yes, you are braver this time," Naho responds. Naho mocks Helmut, underestimating his power. "Just hurry and enter my stomach." A clash of immense power sends shockwaves through the forest. Helmut's presence has disturbed the demonic forest. Amidst the swirling dust, Helmut focuses. "I have to get my sights on it." Naho encircles Helmut. Naho laughs, urging Helmut to struggle more as darkness begins to engulf him. Helmut steels himself, trying to remain calm. Helmut acknowledges Naho's strength but vows to seize an opportunity. He screams, "I won't just roll over for you, Naho." Naho fires a powerful energy blast directly at Helmut, ready to finish him. With a final surge of strength, Helmut unleashes an attack on Naho. Now, the force of his blow sends Naho reeling backward. The clash creates a powerful shockwave that rips through the surrounding area. Helmut prepares his next move. Helmut prepares himself. Regardless of how strong the demonic energy is, the serpent anticipates the next attack. Helmut aims for a critical strike, shouting right in the eye. The serpent is vulnerable. Helmut reflects on his limited options, acknowledging that he's only stalling for time. He knows this is his best. Helmut realizes he's using too much vis and might die if he continues. He grits his teeth. "Get your shit together." Helmut knows he has to escape no matter what. Naho looks hurt, swearing loudly. Naho, seemingly unscathed, mocks Helmut for his weak attack. You couldn't even deal with that. Naho wipes his head and says, phew. Naho, dismissing Helmut as useless, prepares a final devastating blow. Now I'll get rid of you too. Their powers collide in earth-shattering clash, throwing up energy blasts. I'll kill you. Naho acknowledges Helmut's resilience. You've managed to hide after getting hit by that attack. Naho struggles to locate Helmut after the explosion, realizing it's harder with only one head. Where are you, you damn child? Helmut, though weary, manages to buy some time. He knows he is not strong enough. Naho emerges from the forest, its presence radiating an immense demonic energy. Finally found you, you disgusting thing. Naho, enraged, calls Helmut a disgusting child. The serpent thought Helmut could hide from him in the forest. Naho whips around, searching for Helmut as the forest continues to feel the shockwaves. He is disoriented. Helmut struggles to maintain his grip, knowing he's at his limit. Damn it, I can't. Helmut screams, refusing to fall. Naho's hand descends towards him. Helmut is ready to clash against Naho again. Long time no see. Helmut the Forsaken Child, Chapter 9 begins and the story unfolds further. The serpent Naho attacks, a flurry of blue energy engulfing Helmut. Helmut can only watch and mutter Alaga's name in shock. Alaga roars with a blinding blue-white light. Helmut is injured but alive. He recognizes the surge of demonic energy as Alaga's. Alaga tells Helmut he's glad he survived and orders him to leave the rest to him. Helmut stands ready, gripping his sword, the promise of your freedom echoing. Alaga commands, don't waste my effort. Helmut hesitates, conflicted. Alaga roars, demanding, go now. His spectral form erupts, surrounded by crackling blue energy. Helmut seems to understand. Helmut looks up and whispers, thank you. He's ready to embrace his freedom. Alaga roars, surrounded by blue energy as he attacks Naho. He seems determined to protect Helmut. Naho howls in rage at Alaga's defiance, his power exploding outwards. Alaga retorts, I'm just doing what I need to do. Naho laughs menacingly, mocking the bond between Alaga and Helmut. He finds them disgusting. Naho declares that he'll kill Alaga and devour Helmut. Alaga, now a spirit, scoffs at Naho, belittling him. Let's see you try it. Alaga transforms into his beast form, launching towards Naho to protect Helmut. Alaga's attack clashes with Naho's power, a blinding violet explosion erupting. The battle is about to begin, and Alaga's takes a deep breath, steadying himself. He thinks that opponents below Naho's power level are easy. He wonders, what if he never met Alaga and Darian? Helmut remembers the reason he survived until now. I only have one chance, he thinks. He looks towards the waterfall. Helmut realizes this territory is unlike Alaga's. Demonic energy is non-existent. He's grateful he covered himself in this. A lone feather falls into Helmut's hand, prompting a moment of confusion. The impact of Alaga's attack sends Helmut flying. Helmut hits the ground, gritting his teeth in pain. Alaga stands over him. Alaga looms over Helmut, demanding, what business do you have in my territory? The beast looming above reveals himself is Naho. Igrel asks, what's your name? Helmut replies, I'm Helmut. Igrel sniffs Helmut, recognizing a scent. It's faint, masked by blood, but familiar. Yes, the scent of Naho is stuck on you. Igrel is catching scents and knows more than he lets on. That's Alaga, interesting. Igrel realizes that Alaga's family has intruded on his territory. Helmut declares that he's not here on Alaga's orders but his own. Igrel asks, reasons. Igrel asks if there's a reason to spare him, waiting for Helmut's explanation. Helmut takes a breath. The reason is. Igrel affirms Helmut's reason, deeming it an opportunity. Helmut is going to cross the barrier out of this forest. Helmut laughs, questioning Helmut's ability to succeed, dismissing him as a weak human child. Let me try it then, Helmut says. Igrel wonders why he should waste a rare human prey. That'd be such a waste. Helmut's resolve hardens as he steps toward the waterfall. In this forest, the only person who can get past that barrier will be me. Igrel acknowledges Helmut's intellect, but doubts his ability to pass the barrier. I do want to see you try it, as you've said. Igrel states that whether Helmut lives or dies is none of his concern. He wants to be the first to see it happen. Igrel considers Helmut. All right, he says, planning to protect him until he reaches the barrier. Tell Ilaga I survived and made it out of the forest. Helmut stares at Igrel, ready to hear what he expects. Igrel seems to be waiting for specific words. He answers, all right. Igrel declares to Helmut that he'll inform Ilaga about their meeting, Ilaga's special child. Helmut steadies himself before the waterfall, knowing this is his only chance. Helmut dives into the waterfall, determined to escape. The water is cold and unforgiving. Helmut is submerged in the water, struggling against the current as he descends. The force of the water is strong, but Helmut remains determined. I must get out, he thinks, bracing himself against the torrent, his only way out. But divinity, with its power of purification, is what protects humans and rejects all negativity. Helmut grits his teeth, feeling the power of the waterfall wash over him. The purification hurts Helmut more than he's ever felt before. He can't stay conscious. As the purification overwhelms him, Helmut wonders where he should go. A weary traveler curses as the caravan creaks to a halt near the forest of roots. One traveler complains about being tired, the other dismisses him but then notices the change in light. Ah, it's getting dark too. The traveler on the ground shouts out as he gets hit by someone. Seriously, the way you talk. Helmut groans, feeling something is off. Tanya decides to quickly grab water and head back. A disoriented Helmut wakes up and groans. A traveler wonders what seaweed is doing in a ravine. Helmut screams, feeling the immense power as he travels through the waterfall. Pin wonders what happened as he lays on the ground. The traveler points, frightened, where he saw Helmut. Tanya scolds him to lead the way and grab the bucket. The traveler leads Tanya, I'm certain it was around here, with a serious look. The traveler sees Helmut's body and wonders if he is dead. He doesn't want to look at it, but Tanya asks him to wait. Pin is urgently called out by Tanya. He responds with a nervous why yes. Tanya realizes Helmut is alive. He begins to stir, letting out a painful groan. Helmut opens his eyes and asks where he is. He wonders if he escaped the forest. Tanya checks Helmut, but it's a relief you're all right. The traveler in the hat asks Helmut what his name is. Helmut. Tanya introduces herself. Anyway, my name is Tanya. She's a rank 3 silver medal mercenary. The group finds Helmut near the forest and asks if he recognizes it. He doesn't remember anything at all. Helmut remembers his name and that he knows how to wield a sword. The traveler with the hat is relieved. Tanya sits Helmut down, stating, "For now, you're my responsibility." Helmut closes his eyes. A single thought echoes in his mind. Thank you. He passes out once more. Helmut exhales, realizing he barely survived. He knows recovery will take time. He's in a worse state than before training. Helmut thinks the seed of darkness would disappear. It's still here. He's in the human world. Tanya examines the necklace. She knows that they shouldn't rush. This is only the first step. The travelers are shocked. They realize that he looks completely different after the bath. The traveler thinks to himself, impossible, is he a noble? How interesting. Tanya thinks Helmut could be a noble or from a wealthy family. Helmut still claims amnesia. Pin says who cares who he is. Right now he's the newbie of our mercenary squad. The traveler yells to hurry with preparations for departure. Tanya tells Helmut that they'll reach a village in 4 days. He responds, yes, Tanya. Tanya pats Helmut's head, praising him. She shouts for everyone to gather their things as they're leaving soon. Helmut and Pin have a blank stare. This is starting to become very awkward. Pin asks if he is pushing himself, but Helmut wants to walk to loosen up his body. He says, you're so weird. The girl asks Helmut if he likes horses. Helmut replies that he thinks so as he pets the packhorse. Pin continues to think about Helmut's odd behavior and the way he speaks. Suddenly, someone nearby cries out, calling Helmut's name in distress. Helmut says he is out of breath, but Pin asks him to ride in the carriage. Helmut insists that he won't fall behind. Pin sighs, telling him to do as he likes. He wonders why Helmut is getting so tired. Even in this forest, Helmut's recovery is slow. Helmut is convinced he will feel better if he continues to walk on his own. A doctor examines Helmut. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with you. An older man is angry, questioning the girl about Helmut's examination. How dare you? The orange-haired girl is angry that the doctor isn't performing a real checkup. She demands, "You're just a quack, aren't you?" The doctor is silent. The doctor insists that nothing is wrong, telling them to take medicine. Tanya is furious and ready to attack the doctor. Someone yells at her to stop. Tanya asks if Helmut is feeling all right. He responds, "Oh yes, I took the medicine, I rested at the inn, I'm feeling fine." Someone smirks, noting Helmut's sturdy build and grip. Tanya realizes Helmut trained with a master. Helmut agrees, the sword felt familiar. In response to Helmut's comfort, Tanya is emboldened. She pulls out her sword, suggesting a duel. Helmut questions, "A duel?" Tanya reassures Helmut not to be pressured, but she believes the duel will help him with memories. She asks him what he thinks. The crowd engages in rigorous training, a welcomed sight to the onlookers. Spotting Tanya, they inquire if she will spar too. Some of the mercenaries find the spar intriguing. Others tease Tanya after the fight. They tell her not to hurt him. Tanya states the rule for their duel: the fight ends when someone falls. "Come at me with everything you have." Tanya reveals she's the vice captain. Helmut doesn't respond. Helmut realizes he can't use Vis yet. He must redirect her attacks. Tanya warns Helmut to not let his guard down, while the mercenaries look on excitedly. This will be fun to watch. Tanya spots an opening, "Left waist," she shouts, striking Helmut with all her force. The attack is easily parried, and Helmut realizes he is outmatched in strength. He must change his tactics. Helmut parries Tanya's attack, blades meet with sparks flying in the air. Helmut's sword skills are improving. Tanya is surprised by his improvement as she yells "HUP" as she swings. Tanya's power smashes into Helmut, causing him to cough. His thoughts race as he realizes his body can't keep up. "It feels as if I'm underwater." Tanya shouts, "You think too much," and unleashes a flurry of attacks on Helmut. Helmut is struck by Tanya. Tanya's blow lands with great force. Helmut grits his teeth against the powerful attack. Helmut is sent flying back by the force of Tanya's strike, his face contorted in pain. Helmut drops his sword and says he loses. Tanya notes he looks frustrated. Helmut accepts the loss. Tanya thinks to herself after the fight, her swordsmanship felt so different from Darian's. The crowd compliments Tanya, remarking on her skill. The mercenaries acknowledge Tanya's superior fighting ability, even amongst their ranks. They believe Helmut could improve with strength. Someone new enters the scene. He introduces himself as Fiend. A group of men congratulate Helmut, telling him he passed the entrance exam. Someone nearby wonders about it. The man explains they saved Helmut. He didn't want him wandering around without his memories. The group had been testing him. Helmut wonders why only Tanya and Finn approached him. The captain reveals the rest were testing him. He passed with flying colors. They give Helmut a temporary ID card and tell him to register officially later. Everyone greets him. Byrne, Uter, and Marrows introduce themselves, all rank 3 silver mercenaries. Sean is also introduced. Finn is a rank 4 bronze. Tanya recalls Darian's warning about trusting humans. Helmut asks how long he'll have to stay. He might regain his memories. Fiend tells Helmut the squad gives him freedom, but he must stay for commissions. Helmut agrees, it'll help him find his berth. And Helmut wants to know what allies are. He seems confused when he asks the question. The client slams his hand on the table, saying it's an important mission. He's told rank 4 can't help. The man reveals Helmut will be useful. He hopes they'll take responsibility for his words. He'll allow it only once. The door shuts. Someone sighs in relief. Phew, at least it went well. Tanya asks if Helmut is okay. He replies, "Yep, no problems." Fiend says they'll be escorting a large convoy tomorrow. Rank 4 mercenaries don't need to fight unless it's urgent. Tanya calls out to Helmut, but he's confused. One man warns of the Tariq squad. The client dismisses them for the day, telling them to arrive in the morning. Night falls on the town. Later that night, Helmut seethes with anger, recalling the faces of his ambushers. Helmut knows saying he isn't fully recovered is an excuse. "I'm definitely weak." Helmut decides not being able to use Vis right now is not the problem. He begins to train. Helmut recalls training in the Forest of Roots, swinging his sword. Like back then. The captain announces the start of the commission. He reminds them to stay on their toes. Yes, all right, we gotta earn our keep. Another mercenary is feeling sick from breakfast. Tanya calls him a weakling as things get harder from today. Helmut mutters, I can endure it. Finn tries to cheer Helmut up. He says it's their first mission. Helmut simply replies, all right. Laughter can be heard from the others. Sir Miles tells the Face Squad to take the back Helmut's group. Hey Helmut, Finn calls out. Someone says the men look like the Tariq squad. The mercenary insults Helmut, calling him scrawny. He laughs at Tanya, saying she's behind him. Sir Miles orders Helmut and Tanya to the back, where they'll be safe. Helmut wonders if they're sizing them up. The escort mission continues, but a few days later someone steps on something. Helmut gets hit hard. The man keeps laughing, saying it's a mistake. Someone asks, how long will you do this for? Someone mocks Helmut, telling him to hit them if he's upset if you can. The mercenary tells him he'll buy him flowers next time he sees him. Tanya silently commands, let's go. Helmut grits his teeth, calling the ambushers that bastard. One mercenary thinks he's been ignoring them. One mercenary wants to keep making fun of Helmut. Another wonders what he'll do. He claims he's normally rank 3 but injured his arm. Someone yells, shut up, threatening to kill him. Someone apologizes after being knocked down. The man blames his brother for this. He hates being rank 4. Helmut is furious, saying he wants to kill the mercenary, ignoring him. He sighs, guys. The mercenaries' taunts end with him ominously saying, you'll help me later. Helmut's journey continues, now as the forsaken child of two worlds. The mercenary is overwhelmed with anger. It's only been 3 days and he's already being harassed. The mercenaries feel like something is amiss with the rank assignments and start to panic. The blonde mercenary goes to get water. Helmut's eyes narrow as he's heard the mercenaries talk about him. They're all dead to me. The blonde mercenary sighs, clearly annoyed by the task of getting water. I'll just get enough. The mercenary thinks to himself that sleep will be difficult with demonic beasts around. He wonders when he will rank up. A sinister laugh. The blonde mercenary is cornered. You were here, what a great location, Helmut says. Helmut smirks at the cornered mercenary. He calmly asks, don't you think, to have a conversation? Helmut stands over the mercenary he ambushed. Have you ever taken a bath with him? The mercenaries surround the blonde mercenary. I don't want to know, the blonde yells, stunned. A mercenary says, you brought him, good. Helmut thinks, I knew something was up. Helmut is on the ground, defeated. He thinks fight for power, humans and beasts. Helmut thinks to himself that these guys are untrustworthy, just like Darian warned him about. Well then, shall we check? Helmut stands amidst the mercenaries, still trying to recover his strength. I'm a bit nervous, but... Helmut recalls his fight with Naho to brace himself. He will use Darian's skills. The mercenaries surround Helmut. They're yelling, get him and strip him. Red lightning strikes. The mercenary goes flying with a bloody face. His comrades are in shock from the sudden attack. The mercenary asks himself what just happened here. He is shocked and looks in disbelief. Silence. The leader of the Tariq mercenary squad arrives. Why is the Tariq mercenary squad bothering the Face mercenary squad? The squad captain says, hey, why don't you use your brain more? He orders Helmut bring Finn, looming over his defeated enemy. He scoffs, you rank 4s. The defeated mercenary pleads that he's originally a rank 3 mercenary. Is he wrong? Helmut remarks that the next time things will not end peacefully for anyone. F***CK off. The squad captain orders the team to head out. The blonde mercenary sniffles, calling for Tanya. The blonde mercenary sniffles, agreeing to head back to get water. The captain thinks the team is ignorant. The mercenaries escort Finn away, leaving Helmut alone in the dark. He's being watched. Helmut unleashes a powerful sword strike. Tanya watches in amazement, relieved he's okay. Helmut stands in the forest, a sword in hand. Is this enough for today? Helmut examines his body. He is in good shape again. The problem is, he thinks about the upcoming challenges. Helmut grips his sword and assesses his condition. I'm not healed enough to use this, not yet. Darian's words echo. This is water, the body a container. Helmut clenches his fist, resolving to grow stronger. The mercenaries are enforcing strict safety rules. Helmut fears the seed of darkness will rage. Helmut is asked if he's ever seen a demonic beast before. He explains what Sean and Byrne said about them. 4 eyes. The mercenaries are desperate to obtain knowledge, spouting phrases they've heard before. Not all demonic beasts are the same. The mercenaries are relieved that Helmut remembers something despite his amnesia. Helmut thinks, damn it. The blonde mercenary struggles with his water source. Why won't the water come out? The mercenary wishes he had more money. I wouldn't be doing these long-distance quests. He and his team are bored. The mercenaries discuss how to spend their reward money. Dark beer and fried chicken sound like a good plan. Helmut is shocked by what he sees and thinks, what creature is this? As the mercenary group escorts the convoy, they are ambushed by a large, monstrous beast. The monstrous beast continues its relentless assault, leaving the mercenary injured and enraged. Fucking bastard, he yells, sword ready. The mercenary yells, trying to warn him to stop his reckless charge, but the warning comes too late as the beast attacks. The beast, eyes glowing, unleashes a chilling laugh as blood splatters. The mercenary is shocked. Where did this monster come from? The captain yells, frustrated by their carelessness and the unexpected ambush. The monstrous beast launches another devastating attack, blasting the mercenaries away. It's not alone, the captain realizes. The captain yells for everyone to get ready as the rest of the group prepares. Helmut realizes he can't use Vis yet as more demonic beasts hide nearby. If things go wrong, everyone will. The mercenaries struggle. Helmut observes the demonic beast, analyzing its strength. It's not as strong as Alaga or Naho. They wonder if the captain is able to use Vis as the beast attacks. Vis thinks about what he can do in the current situation to help. The beast screeches. The demonic beast unleashes a powerful wave of demonic energy, preparing to strike. The mercenaries charge forward. Helmut uses the Vis energy to enhance his sword. The demonic beast charges forward as the mercenaries prepare for a counterattack. Helmut, powered by Vis, clashes with the demonic beast. The monster cries out in pain as its attack falters. The captain powers up with Vis, moving too fast for the eye to see. One mercenary exclaims how amazing his skills are. Another warns everyone to stay focused. The captain warns everyone to stay focused as more beasts appear. One thinks, this is nothing for me. The mercenaries prepare to take advantage of any opening they find. All right, one yells. The demonic beast's teeth clamp down on Helmut's blade as he struggles to hold it back. The demonic beast roars as Helmut's sword pierces through its defenses. The captain, Helmut, and mercenaries unleash a flurry of attacks on the beast. The demonic beast screams and the captain smiles. That was great. Helmut watches the mercenaries fight the monster. What's with these humans? He thinks, observing their skills. The beast is proving stronger than he anticipated. Helmut watches, remembering Darian's words. Humans can't be underestimated, he realizes. The demonic beast stands tall. The demonic beast weakens, letting out a screech. The captain asks Fiend how his Vis is. The captain says he can fight more, but they're all tired. The demonic beast prepares to attack. The demonic beast's momentum is halted. Helmut notices the monster is not as strong when weakened by Vis. The other mercenaries prepare to jump in. The mercenary wonders if the beast escaped at any time. He asks if they can chase it, but the captain refuses. We have a mission. The figure surveys the scene. Yo, my little chicks, you guys are alive, huh? The woman orders him to come out as the blonde mercenary lies defeated. He looks up. Helmut. A mercenary complains of cramps. The captain says good job and orders them to check the carriages and demonic beasts. A mercenary wonders if they should take care of the corpses as they can be sold. He shows a seed of darkness. The woman orders Marrows to take the seed away, finding it disgusting. She then reveals the seed's terrible power. The woman warns that people can turn into demonic beasts at any time. Helmut, pierced by arrows, wonders, is that how outside people think? He recalls Darian's words. Helmut thinks that he needs to hide the seed within and suppress Vis around humans, or it could be dangerous. The captain laughs, recalling his own experiences. When I see rank 4 mercenaries, it reminds me of the past. One mercenary gags at the sight of the demonic beast. It's really disgusting up close. The captain notices something strange about the demonic beast. Fiend, wait a minute. Helmut sees that the mercenaries are the same as the demonic beast. The woman thinks to herself, and the hand casts magic from the shadows. Helmut, the Forsaken Child, continues with Chapter 15 in this panel. The monstrous beast slams into Helmut. He is sent flying backwards by the sheer force of the impact. His eyes narrow as he swiftly draws his sword, vis surrounding the blade. Gasping, Helmut barely dodges another strike from the beast, landing hard on the ground. Finn is surprised by Helmut's speed. He thanks him. Tanya asks if Finn is okay. Helmut feels a difference in his slashes, like his vis has returned to him. The captain thanks Helmut. The mercenaries question his gratitude. Helmut wonders if he misreads something. Helmut channels his vis into the blade. Tanya sees the flash of power. As Tanya watches Helmut, her expression grows more concerned for his well-being. Helmut focuses his vis, ready to strike down the monstrous beast before him. Helmut closes his eyes, realizing his vis has returned fully. He is sure of it. Helmut realizes that his instinctive swing activated his vis. He is thankful to Finn. The captain yells they will decide the night watch order in groups of 2. The captain assigns the night watch order. Helmut and Tanya are paired, as are Finn and Marrows, then Sean and Byrne. Uter is excused due to injuries. The caravan continues as Helmut's senses are heightened thanks to the vis. Tanya asks if he is tired. Tanya says they need to go a long way tomorrow. Helmut agrees with Tanya. He'll protect them all. He will recover vis. As the night watch begins, someone watches from afar, their eyes narrowed. The figure watching Helmut wonders about him. The man grins sinisterly, seeing this as his opportunity. Helmut thinks it's gotten a lot better. I'll be fully recovered by tomorrow. The figure stops, sensing no demonic energy, and realizes that Helmut is just a human. The figure approaches Helmut, calling him a little brat as he asks what he's doing alone. The figure asks what's with the sword. Helmut wants to be left alone. The figure says he'll use this chance to teach Helmut a lesson, cracking his knuckles. He doesn't care if he hurts him. The figure asks, all you want to do after coming all this way? Helmut is silent, confused by the question. The figure scolds Helmut, saying he's acting more like a demonic beast. He's a Taric mercenary, not a friend. The Taric mercenary is amused by Helmut's confusion, erupting in laughter. He says Helmut doesn't know how humans rise. The Taric mercenary declares he'll teach Helmut who's superior, with a crushing blow. Helmut effortlessly deflects the mercenary's attack. The mercenary is in disbelief at Helmut's strength and defense. The mercenary is shocked, cursing. He now thinks Helmut is something worse than a beast. Helmut disarms the mercenary, who shouts in pain. Helmut calmly tells the mercenary to know his place. The Taric mercenary refuses to believe Helmut's strength. He is bewildered, wondering who would beg to him. Screaming, the Taric mercenary lunges forward, intent on killing Helmut with his blade. He yells for Helmut to die. The mercenary is enraged. He yells that Helmut is too arrogant for his own good. Helmut's vis explodes outwards. Helmut swiftly strikes the mercenary down with immense speed. A resounding crash echoes through the night. The mercenary screams in pain and defeat as he lays bleeding on the ground. Helmut didn't want to use vis. It got him too excited after he recovered it. The mercenary lays defeated. If he leaves him, he will be exposed. Helmut stands over the injured mercenary. He thinks, should I kill him? The fallen mercenary thinks, let's kill him. Helmut looks down and prepares for the attack. Helmut's eyes glow with demonic vis as he smiles sadistically, kill him. Helmut's vis surges outwards, a blinding light illuminating the forest night. Helmut is exhausted, feeling the surge of vis. He wonders if his seed of darkness is why vis is difficult. Helmut is shocked, realizing that for a moment he felt like he was becoming a demonic beast. Get a hold of yourself. Seeing Helmut disappear, the mercenary is in shock, gasping for air. How can he use vis? The mercenary is in disbelief, screaming that he has to escape to survive. Tanya hears the loud crash and wonders what that sound was. She realizes who it is. Suddenly, a monstrous presence looms. This dark beast with piercing eyes emerges. A large, menacing beast emerges, reeking of demonic energy. The lettering implies great alarm. A voice calls out, "Hey." The ground rumbles with the arrival of a beast. It eyes a fallen mercenary, growling possessively, "That one's mine." Helmut's eyes narrow, realizing the demonic beast is stronger than anticipated. "I can defeat it right now." The demonic beast roars ferociously. Watching from afar, Tanya analyzes the situation, noting its immense power. It's definitely not your average demonic beast. Helmut stares down the beast with glowing eyes. "Take the guy you're stepping on and get lost or die." The demonic beast snarls, ready to attack. A mysterious figure watches, whispering, "What a pity." The mercenaries gather around the campfire. Tanya explains, "He followed me to bully me, but was killed by the demonic beast." The mercenary apologizes for Caleb's bullying behavior and his death on behalf of Tariq mercenary squad. Suddenly a sword pierces the ground. The mercenaries shout, "Wait a minute," heated words exchanged. One mercenary shouts, "Hey." He clenches his teeth and warns, "Watch your words." The mercenary is infuriated, shouting, "Are you trying to insult my brother and our squad? Enough." The mercenary looks shocked and yells, "What nonsense are you spouting?" The mercenaries are agitated. One states that the Tariq mercenary squad is to blame for what happened. The Face squad needs to watch their words too. The mercenaries agree to give Caleb's remaining commission to Helmut. The tension between the mercenary squads is palpable. They need to be more cautious. The mercenaries agree to a plan. One of them states, "From now on, okay." A mysterious surge of power erupts from Helmut. The mercenary yells at Helmut, "It's meant to hurt you, brat. You almost died just now." Tanya is shocked that Helmut was the only one missing. "I should have paid more attention," she scolds Helmut's, "Don't travel alone." Helmut's eyes widen as he experiences a strange, chilling sensation. "I'm sorry," it feels cold. Tanya smiles, relieved that Helmut is okay. She places her hands on his head. "Okay, please be more careful from now on." Helmut senses something familiar about the increase in power. It feels like Darian. News spreads among the mercenaries that Caleb was ambushed by a demonic beast. "Let's leave this forest." The air crackles with energy as several demonic beasts descend towards the ground. Mercenaries are fighting the demonic beasts. One realizes, "We'll eventually grow tired. This will be dangerous." Tanya wonders why the demonic beasts are targeting the rear. She senses the presence of demonic energy nearby. The demonic beast seems to be resisting something, questioning, "Is it not time yet?" A mercenary bandages his wounds and sighs. Another warns him to be quiet. A mercenary asks another if he's a larva if he wants his legs bitten. The mercenary is frustrated with the recent losses. "Damn it." The mercenaries are relieved no one died. They noted Helmut and Fane are doing well. Helmut will protect Fane. The mercenary recalls, "In what I saw back then, Helmut," he thinks, "the demonic beasts are targeting our mercenary squad." The mercenaries discuss the odd behavior of the demonic beasts. "We better stay on guard." The mercenaries, now under the moonlight, seem to have a shared resolve. "Yeah, we need to make it out alive somehow, all of us." The captain briefs his team. "Paul, you probably already know this." The mercenary questions if the Tariq squad should help them, for the sake of safety. The mercenary fiercely disagrees with the plan, implying Face squad will be decimated. Helmut the Forsaken Child, Chapter 17. He explains that instead of focusing on safety, they should aim for efficiency. The Face mercenary squad will distract the beast. The squad is shocked that the Tariq squad would leave them behind. Miles considers leaving the Face squad. He muses on survival, aware the demonic beast can slaughter them all. The beast is waiting for them to tire. He replies that if Miles has a better method, they will follow it. He just brought up alternatives. Sir Miles is told to decide what they will do in this perilous situation. The mercenaries ride on, but the constant ambushes are taking their toll. Tanya looks troubled, their resources are dwindling. The mercenaries lament that the Tariq squad won't assist them, even in dire straits. Someone remarks on the potential consequences if this continues. They suddenly notice Tariq speeding up. The group is suddenly attacked. Demonic beasts swoop in from the forest. The Tariq squad is attacking the demonic beasts. "What are you doing?" Tanya yells. "Wait, where are they going?" The squad realizes the demonic beasts are focused on them. "Are they using us as bait?" one shouts. "Damn it." The Face Squad realize that they have been abandoned by the Tariq Squad. It's too late. The mercenaries realize with dawning horror that they have been surrounded. One of the Tariq Squad muses that the Face Squad are simply prey. How many will survive, he wonders. Sensing danger, Fiend realizes that the demonic beasts are gathering. He yells to the others to prepare for battle. A mercenary yells, "They're coming." Demonic beasts descend upon the remaining Face Squad. The Face Squad battle the demonic beasts. Swords clash as the fight for survival continues. A mercenary yells, "Yuck, a mercenary noble my ass." Someone thinks on how he's not from around here. He is angry with them. Helmut's face contorts in anger. Things like that. Tanya is visibly displeased with the Tariq Squad's selfish actions. No longer matter, these people. Helmut realizes his compassion for the mercenaries has vanished. In the chaos of battle, Helmut suddenly recalls his mentor, Darian. "I don't want them to die." "I remember what you said," Helmut thinks. He moves forward, remembering Darian's words to Helmut's sword glows with vis energy as a thought bubble says, "Is all a secret." The mercenaries are shocked, wondering what is happening. "Wait, what?" And vis. A beast roars nearby. Helmut is struck by the beast's attack. His enhanced vis might not be enough. Helmut jumps into the air, unleashing a powerful vis strike at the oncoming demonic beasts. The mercenaries can only watch in awe. One mercenary wonders if this is a dream. Another can't believe what he's seeing with vis. Something changes. The force of Helmut's strike obliterates the demonic beast into nothingness. Helmut's eyes shine with determination. He will protect the mercenaries now. Helmut stands his ground, vis energy crackling around him. The demonic beasts are closing in. Helmut slices through the demonic beasts with ease. Their bodies are cut to ribbons as the vis-infused blade finds its mark. He stands ready for more. The demonic beast falls to the ground, defeated. Helmut stands over it, his sword radiating purple vis energy. Helmut's brow is furrowed. He grits his teeth, preparing for another attack. The mercenaries are shocked as a lone figure approaches through the trees. "Holy shit, miracle, it's a miracle." Helmut scoffs as the demonic beast monkey ran away when its minions died. A nearby mercenary shouts Helmut's name in disbelief. Helmut dismisses his sudden healing. Tanya silently observes him, realization dawning, "I knew it." The mercenaries are astonished by Helmut's sudden strength. Tanya asks if everyone is okay after Helmut's miraculous feat. The mercenaries are perplexed. What did we just pick up from the road? The captain wonders how Helmut can manifest vis. Tanya warns Helmut to be careful talking about the forest of roots. Helmut remembers living with his mentor. The remaining mercenaries question what to do. They decide that the forest is safe. The mercenaries angrily declare they will kill those who left them. "Helmut, what will you do?" The woman states that she will stay with them until they leave the forest. "I haven't even got my share of the money yet." The group agrees that they should first search for those who abandoned them. They start following the wagon's trail. Helmut emerges from the thick brush, feeling refreshed after his rest. As the mercenaries celebrate their survival, Helmut examines the ground. This is the right direction. The mercenaries observe the trail, believing their target ran all night. They plan to ambush them at the first village. The mercenaries arrive at the first village, ready to take revenge. "My mouth is watering." One mercenary claims Tariq took all the important items. Only one food carriage is left. Tanya is quietly observing the group. Helmut and the mercenaries walk down the forest path. A mercenary wonders where Helmut went. Helmut is quiet. Another asks if they can feel something but gets a negative response. Helmut senses demonic energy gathering, realizing a battle is underway. "I think the Tariq mercenary squad is involved." The mercenary leader asks how far away Tariq's squad is, and how long it will take to get to them. The mercenaries argue about saving the Tariq squad. Money outweighs safety. The captain states that they are mercenaries, not vengeful spirits. Tanya says they are different from the Tariq squad. All right. The leader says, all right, then let's go. Secure the client and the goods. A mercenary screams in pain as the demonic beasts attack the group. To the right, hold the ranks. The captain is struck by a sudden blow, blood splattering. Damn it, it's been only one day. The demonic beast towers above Helmut. It's just obstacle after obstacle. The Tariq squad did not expect to be pursued so relentlessly. They thought destroying the face squad would be enough. The captain spits out blood, realizing the situation's gravity. I have to run, he exclaims, turning to flee. Helmut launches forward, slashing past the demonic beasts and a mercenary. Max greets Paul. Paul notes that everyone will die at this rate. He thinks they can defeat the minions but not the leader. He believes the face mercenary squad is done for. As the beasts overwhelm them, a mercenary suggests they flee. They agree, eliminating witnesses ensures their reputation. The captain orders everyone to scatter, as Max questions his judgment in disbelief. The captain screams as members of the Tariq squad ambush them. A frantic mercenary yells for Paul. Max, his face etched with terror. Another calls out to Sir Miles in fear. Oh my dear God. The Tariq captain groans in pain as he sees his plan crumble. I made a wrong judgment. The demonic beast screeches loudly as it brutally attacks Helmut. Uog. The captain sees a demonic beast. He realizes, I'm doomed. As the demonic beast strikes Helmut, he yells out in pain. The captain looks up and screams, everyone's gonna die. A demonic beast speaks. Suddenly Helmut appears, infused with vis, demanding it to release them. The demonic beast towers above Helmut. Green vis swirls around it. Helmut slashes at the giant demonic beast with a vis-infused strike. Helmut unleashes a powerful blast of vis energy. The demonic beast roars in defiance, meeting the force head-on. The ground cracks under the immense pressure. Helmut strikes first, a surge of energy blasting through the forest. I said put it down, he says, eyes glowing. Helmut's demonic energy explodes. He is ready for the next strike, his eyes glowing purple. Helmut is ordered to scout ahead. The mercenary is nervous but acknowledges the prior betrayal. Helmut thinks it would be easy to betray them again. Helmut states his vis is returning and he must face the enemy now. Helmut prepares to strike, so I'll put my all into it, he thinks. A demonic beast approaches him. The demonic beast roars as Helmut's strike lands with devastating force. The pack of demonic wolves prepare to strike. Helmut narrows his eyes, focusing his vis energy. A blast of demonic power explodes outwards. The wolves are enraged by Helmut's attack. A surge of power erupts from the demonic beast pack. The demonic beast is massive, the strongest Helmut has faced outside of the forest. I just can't let my guard down. Helmut is ready to strike with his sword. The ground emits dangerous energy. Helmut slices the demonic beast with great speed. His vis energy is flowing quickly, augmenting his attack. Helmut is ready to strike again. The demonic beast screeches in pain, knowing that it may soon die. Helmut is ready to end this. Helmut strikes the demonic beast. The beast is obliterated with a vis-infused explosion. Helmut realizes the demonic beast is growing stronger. Is it absorbing nearby energy? Helmut realizes that the face mercenary squad will arrive soon. He will have to end the fight quickly. Helmut strikes first, using vis-infused strikes. The demonic beast howls as the attack lands. The demonic beast laughs, knowing that Helmut will fall soon. It powers up. Helmut knows normal strikes won't work. He prepares to channel more power into the blade. Helmut deflects the demonic beast's vis energy blast with his blade. He is ready to overwhelm the demonic beast. Helmut is surprised by the change. It's gotten even faster, its claws have changed too. The demonic beast roars, but Helmut's strike is far too powerful for it to handle. Helmut realizes his clothes are damaged beyond repair. I don't have spare clothes, I'll have to buy some. The demonic beast is consumed by energy. A beam of light erupts, blasting through the forest. The demonic beast explodes with power, emitting dangerous vis energy. Helmut must be careful or he will be killed. Helmut realizes, in the end, it had to consume the other demonic beasts. He prepares to strike once again, charging his blade with vis energy. Tanya's eyes widen as she sees the scene. She gasps that, "I've seen it before." Helmut recognizes the attack pattern. He sees two green demonic hands. Tanya is worried and contemplates about the energy blast that exploded from the demonic beast. It's a familiar energy. Tanya realizes that the demonic beasts had to consume others. Helmut strikes at the newly transformed demonic beast. A blast of energy is incoming. Tanya is shocked, looking at the transformed demonic beast, that "I've seen it before." Helmut realizes it's the same attack pattern as before. He must prepare himself. Helmut prepares for a final attack. Energy gathers around the demonic beast as its form continues to transform. Helmut prepares his blade. "Even if you absorb all the energy," he thinks. The demonic beast states Helmut is weaker than someone else. Helmut charges a vis strike for a final blast. The mercenaries are thrown to the ground amidst the chaos as they scream out Helmut's name. Finn worriedly asks, "Are you all right?" Helmut stares at the demonic beast's corpse. A mercenary asks if he defeated it alone. Helmut responds with a simple yes. The mercenary observes the scene and notes the group's formation break. He says that the captain abandoned them. A survivor is nearby. A mercenary groans in pain near a broken carriage. He notices Miles and is relieved. They decide to leave the demonic beast territory, but check for survivors first. Miles struggles to consciousness, muttering his own name, wondering if he's in the afterlife. The injured mercenary sees Fiend's ghost and hears an apology, but someone shouts that he is not dead yet. Miles struggles to understand how he survived, wondering what happened to the demonic beast. He is told it is dead. The injured mercenary tells Helmut to keep what happened a secret. Relieved, he suggests talking about finances. The mercenary states 80% is only requested due to losses. Tanya says they saved his life. "Wouldn't 70% be acceptable?" he asks. With the agreement settled, the mercenary asks what goods they are transporting and where they are headed now. The mercenary gives up on the contract. He is informed that they must meet Antial. He realizes the difficulty of the mission. He couldn't use swordsmen families. The mercenary nods indeed as the origins of the goods were transporting. The Temple of Lumen comes into view. The Temple of Lumen used to protect the world from demonic energy. They're far from what they used to be. Someone says the mages can't be controlled. Another adds they always seek mages, hoping to exploit them. The temple item was found for research. The mercenary is alarmed. This mission isn't just escorting goods. That's just how strong the temple is. The mercenary reveals they hesitated on the commission at first. Antial saved the Merchant Association leader, so they couldn't refuse. The mercenary questions the divine barrier. It stops beasts but detects mages, putting the temple in control. He claims it's safe. It is said mages wanting freedom wouldn't allow the temple to cover it up. He realizes he was sent to the Forest of Roots. Could magic solve this? He recalls the black mage in the Forest of Roots, unimpressed. "I hope this mage is different." The mercenary group has finally exited the demonic beast's territory. They decide to camp and meet Antial tomorrow. Someone calls out for Helmut. The mercenary wants to speak with Helmut. Helmut agrees. The mercenary shows Helmut a small purple gem, saying, "Here." Helmut feels warmth spreading through his body. The mercenary asks how he feels. Helmut confirms the gem was effective but is now curious about its purpose. Helmut's efforts are recognized. The mercenary tells Helmut, "Thank you for protecting the Face Mercenary Squad." The mercenary says without Helmut they would be dead and thanks him. He offers a favor. He swears on the Face Mercenary Squad name that he'll help them. The mercenary thanks Helmut for saving them. He now considers Helmut a comrade he can trust. Helmut agrees, stating they are comrades. Helmut shakes the mercenary's hand, solidifying their agreement to be comrades. The mercenary group and Antial's carriage travel toward the Temple of Lumen. The convoy creaks to a halt. They've arrived. Helmut confirms this is the right place. One of the mercenaries wonders how Antial will get the items. An older man responds, "That's not it." He says to carry the items. Antial says it'd be faster if you just see it for yourself. He unleashes a surge of magical energy. The mercenaries are shocked as Antial unleashes a burst of incredible magic. We're leaping through space. The shift in location is dramatic. One mercenary says, beyond imagination. Another chimes, so this is an archmage's ability. Tanya shouts, ah, over there. She realizes, I see someone. At the temple entrance, the elder smiles, you're finally here. The elder smiles and says, welcome, guests from the Butin Merchant Association. The elder says, it must have been hard to get that. Excellent job. He looks toward the broken-down cart. The elder felt a strong demonic energy and asks if it came from a corpse. He then offers to buy it and totals 150,000 marks. One of the mercenaries hears that archmages are rich, but they spend it all. The elder requests the items unloaded. Someone thinks this human is strong. His power feels different from Erggo's. The elder wonders what's happening as his magic fades. Then he smirks with intrigue, my, how very interesting. What could be so interesting? The elder states that mages can see the truth, especially those of his caliber. He urges silence on a hidden truth. The elder laughs, calling Helmut a daring child. He asks, do you need it kept as a secret? He declares himself a mage and details understanding secrets and truths. The space within this barrier is segregated. What you worry will never occur. The elder swears upon Antial. Helmut is surprised. Chains, the elder replies, it's called a mage's oath. The elder invites Helmut to ask what he needs to know. He notes Helmut is different from Erggo. He wants to know the truth. The elder exclaims, it's impossible. He continues, let me explain more in detail. The elder continues, explaining the seed's power brings life but binds Helmut to it until death. Remove it, you will die. The elder states he's never seen a human control the darkness. He warns of the seed's demand for demonic energy. The elder says, but your case is very unique. He explains how to theoretically suppress the darkness seed. The elder chuckles, amused that he went unnoticed, even originating from the forest of roots. Even lumen priests could not detect his seed. The elder explains, even as an archmage, he barely detected Helmut's seed. Helmut thinks, I should avoid demonic areas. The elder warns that those with the seed of darkness become criminals or demonic beasts. The seed will devour him. The elder replies, that won't be happening. Tanya retorts confidently, because I'm a human. The elder laughs. The elder thinks humans can predict and change fate. I'll be watching you. The elder declares, I may have to stop you. He believes Helmut has potential. Even darkness itself may bend. The elder places a staff into the middle of a magic circle. Your will. Helmut, the forsaken child. The captain hands Helmut his share of the reward. 3/4 it's yours, he states, seemingly pleased with himself. But Tanya knows the other members did their best. She wants to reward them too. The captain presents a necklace to Helmut, one found in the luggage. The necklace reminds Helmut of the forest of roots. Thank you, Fiend, Helmut states with gratitude. The captain says they should be thanking Helmut and wishes him safe travels. Tanya suddenly calls out, hey Helmut. Finn is excited to show everyone the mercenary corps headquarters, but Tanya calmly announces she won't be going, shocking Finn. Finn grabs Helmut and insists he visit the mercenary corps headquarters. Tanya stops him. She explains that the temporary certificate is upgraded to rank 3 for him to use. Helmut states that is more than enough. Tanya claims Helmut has something very important to do, more important than memories. Right. Fiend wishes Helmut well, take care of yourself. He nods, promise. Tanya says okay, thanking everyone for their help. The captain wishes them a safe trip and that they will meet again. Helmut cries. The captain teases Helmut for crying. Oi, oi, don't cry, he's not dying. Tanya adds, if you need a mercenary, come anytime. Helmut quietly accepts their goodbyes. He turns away, okay. He feels a pang in his heart, like when Darian left him. Helmut reflects, and when I left Helmut's side, he realizes his seed is growing. Power surrounds Helmut as he states, to the point that even the seed. One mercenary slams his mug down. They need to rebuild Tarek. He regrets everything. The captain thinks that with Tarek gone, the Face Squad leads the mercenary field. Let's recruit some capable people. Wait. Someone questions how Helmut and the group survived. They're more concerned about their own survival. Damn it, think about that later, Paul. Suddenly Helmut hears a voice, hide. He turns to see Tanya confused. What enno I just had. The mysterious figures feel something is wrong. We're screwed, one states. Sigh. The mercenaries are worried. It won't be long before their actions are reported to the guild. So this is how our mercenary days end. The mercenaries decide what to do next. Paul decides to leave, his eyes filled with worry. If starving is the alternative. The hooded figure states, then we might as well steal, observing the town. The hooded figure is laughing about punching someone in the face earlier. He's probably dead now, he exclaims. Tanya considers the reward. The hooded figure's laugh echoes in her mind. I'm at a loss. Helmut knows he can't stay in the mercenary corps because of his seed of darkness. He needs a clue about the necklace. He looks up at the city and realizes how vast the world is. He remembers his reward. Helmut stares at the bag of money. He earned way more now than Darian gave. He opens the bag of money and finds something else. The letter, is it from Fiend or? Helmut's eyes widen as he reads the letter. Darian, he questions, shocked. Helmut's journey continues as the mystery of his forsaken past begins to unfold. The letter starts, if you're reading this, my life has come to an end, or you escaped. The elder states that Helmut's life, until now, is different from those outside. The letter continues, revealing the existence of Ethan Academy, a place for children Helmut's age to attend and learn about humanity. It doesn't matter where you come from. The letter says Helmut can't enroll alone, he must find Ethan Kudrow. Showing his sword will prove he's Darian's disciple. The human world is dangerous. The letter expresses the elder's belief in Helmut's strength to overcome future trials. The handwriting appears shaky. Darian was weak when he wrote the letter, barely strong enough to write at all. Helmut stares at the letter intently. Helmut sighs with relief, knowing what to do now. Thank God I read the letter, here's your meal, dear. The server tells Helmut that the food costs 15 marks. Helmut is shocked. Helmut hands over a gold coin. Here. The server is shocked, 1,000-mark coin. Helmut realizes he was greatly underpaid for the mission. I'll sleep here tonight and leave tomorrow. A large man calls Helmut brat and says, you're pretty loaded, huh? Surrounding Helmut, the men exclaim, you looked like you had a lot of money. Another suggests, let me borrow some. Helmut replies, no. The large man's menacing laughter fills the air. He slams his fist. Are you out of your mind? He yells. The girl asks, who are you? The large man gets punched back while another goes in for an attack. I said no. The large man is struggling to maintain his stance. This strong, one man yells, how dare you block our boss's punch? Helmut's fist connects with the large man's face with incredible force. You should have just given it to me. The man flies back, crashing into nearby furniture. Helmut's expression is dark and menacing. The boss thinks as he continues staring at Helmut. Bewildered, Helmut turns his head slightly. The large man is on the ground. A merc. Helmut states coldly to the large man, go away, don't bother me. Gagged, the large man exclaims that Helmut will regret disobeying them. They say to watch his back at night. One man says, now that you disobeyed us, you will be stabbed. Helmut thinks, humans are a hassle. A server shouts, Esser. He frantically tells Helmut he needs to leave town immediately. Helmut asks, what's Black Hawk? The server warns Helmut the thieves dominate the underworld and have criminal records. Helmut sighs, realizing they're more trouble than he thought. I don't want to dirty the place. The men declare they'll return. The girl asks them to tell others where she went. She says it's a fight against humans. Helmut says, I'll be back, so have my room ready. I'll see what they do. The henchman says Helmut looks strong and was a mercenary. Angered, the boss calls him a useless coward. The server, looking panicked, tells them to report to the headquarters. A group of men found Helmut. The man reports Helmut went to the forest, calling him a coward. He laughs, believing Helmut knows he'll lose. Wrong place. The Black Hawk group is now in the demonic forest. They state they know the terrain like the back of their hands. Let's go kill him. We should make him remember that the night of the Black Hawk is the most terrifying. Helmut reflects on his experiences, realizing how complex humans can be. Helmut thinks to himself in the forest, Darian, you said the human world isn't a place where strength can solve all problems. Helmut realizes strength alone isn't enough to solve every problem he faces. A member of the Black Hawk group calls out, directing others in the demonic forest. Humans that are like demonic beasts. Helmut wonders if this is true as he faces the forest. Helmut glares radiating intense power need to be treated as demonic beasts. Helmut stands alone in the forest. Black Hawk was it, they're boring. He slices through the trees with ease. They were weaker than Fiend or Tanya. He thinks to fight more humans. Helmut decides to go back to the inn. A powerful strike destroys the nearby trees. A voice whispers Q from the wreckage. A hidden enemy is revealed. Helmut is in distress. Shit, why is the seed reacting? He questions the difference between then and now. Helmut screams it wasn't a demonic beast, but a human, no way. Helmut knows that humans will chase him. If I can't kill them, avoid them. He moves quickly through the forest. Helmut runs swiftly through the trees, pressing onward. I have to get to Baden. Helmut arrives in Baden, walking by a building under the night sky. The man behind the voice confirms all are dead. He won't let it go. The man with the blade smirks, yes, understood. A subordinate relays, Sir Anton, they have arrived. Helmut and Antial enter the building, drawing attention. A man says, I thought one rank 2 was coming. Two figures greet Helmut and Antial. Welcome, I have to thank you for joining. The man responds to Helmut and Helmut that he states that their situation is messy and selective. The man clarifies mercenaries, but we are different from normal mercenary corps. The man throws a knife with extreme precision, hitting the target dummy. So, he says, a glint in his eyes. The man says he needs proof. The others have a task in mind. Antial responds, understanding the request. A leader of Black Hawk says 2 rank 2 mercenaries are enough. He learns 5 subordinates went missing, fighting a single mercenary. Now their bodies are found. In a nearby village forest, the man says it was a single stab. No weapon, 5 versus 1. The man says Helmut looks 15 at most and is probably rank 3. Another man says, so we just have to kill that guy. The man assures them joining Black Hawk will offer better treatment. Antial is skeptical and demands Helmut's location, reading a report. The man learns that Helmut was at a neighboring village's inn. Helmut and Antial walk through the bustling city of Baden. People are going about their daily lives. Helmut stands before the guild building. I didn't think I'd be taking another request. Helmut thinks moving without drawing attention to himself is the only option now. The guild receptionist welcomes Helmut and Antial. Helmut states his reason for being there to find a request. The receptionist is surprised that they are from Face Mercenary Corps. The receptionist is surprised by Helmut's youth. You look so young, amazing, a rank 3. Is there a problem? The receptionist asks if he wants a request to Baden. She says many people wish to go there. Helmut understands, The receptionist offers an escort mission. It's for a noble lady, 800 marks. Helmut asks on condition, what is it? The receptionist grins, that is the mercenary. Helmut wonders about the noble lady, needs to be the lady's type. Helmut arrives in Baden, still covered in beast blood, thinking a new outfit is needed. After seeing Helmut, she states image matters when dealing with nobles. The noble states he has the perfect outfit for Helmut, presenting it. The noble continues to hype the outfit, emphasizing its feather-light feel for Helmut. The noble declares it's 2,000 mark. Helmut is surprised. 2,000, he pauses, looking over the city. After changing, the noble gushes, you look completely different. He's very excited. The noble lady giggles, calling Helmut honey. Helmut firmly corrects her, stating his name. She admits he's cute. Helmut straightens, a little unsure of the situation. A woman greets him, wondering if he's from the Charingen household. The noble affirms Helmut is the mercenary he came to approve for the request, confirming Helmut's identity. The woman notices Helmut's youth. She then compliments his posture. The noble deems him acceptable. Let's go, he says, leading Helmut and the woman out. The noble lady waves goodbye, Helmut now wearing a cloak, exiting with the noble. The cloaked figure watches Helmut leave with the noble. Someone is spying on Helmut. As Helmut exits, a cloaked figure watches. My name is Gilton. The noble introduces himself as deacon of the Charanjan household. He asks about the marquis. The deacon explains escort requests aren't too different from convoy requests. He states to follow the knights if things get difficult. Helmut nods, understanding the terms. The deacon observes, I like your simple responses, as they approach the manor. Helmut, the deacon, and the knight exit. Someone with a sword watches silently. The noble says this is where the marquis's lady is staying. Helmut is in disbelief. Marquis of Charanjan. They arrive. A man named Kedrick greets Helmut. The noble whispers to the woman to teach him if needed. The deacon asks where the marquis's lady is. They head to the restaurant to find her. Ah, why? Lady Arya politely states she dislikes the food, preferring her own chef's cooking, then invites Helmut to her mansion. Gilton is being greeted by Miss Genia. She asks what brings him here. The noble declares Helmut is the newly hired mercenary. Lady Arya dismisses this. If you think he's all right, Gilton, deal with it. Lady Arya states that since they will be leaving soon, she must prepare. The cloaked figure is watching Helmut from a distance. Are they planning something? Someone is watching Helmut closely. Something about Helmut feels very strange. Chapter 26 begins, revealing Helmut's shadowed past and present predicament. Helmut sees the deacon leaving the room. He thinks, I certainly. She coughs, gathering her composure. She thinks to herself, I should return to the guest room. Lady Arya shouts for Aaliyah. A knight wonders if Aaliyah is also a guard. The deacon explains that he and Lady Xenia encountered Helmut by chance. Helmut thinks to himself, my original destination used to be Greta Academy. The Marquis says they have 2 hours. He orders a horse brought from the stables. The Marquis instructs Lady Xenia to meet him at the carriage after preparing. He tells her to see Cedric if she needs anything. Lady Xenia nods in agreement. Helmut rides a horse, leaving the Charanjan estate, going back to the main road. He thinks, this bastard. The stable hand apologizes, saying that is the only horse left. The horse is wild. Lady Xenia approaches a very different horse. Lady Xenia calls out to someone named Aaliyah. She invites her to come aboard the carriage. Lady Xenia is left behind. She is watched from afar by a hooded figure. What are they planning? The carriage and escort emerge from the estate and head down the road. Helmut considers that magic could explain some things. He doesn't know what kind of magic he's seeing, making him very curious. As the carriage pulls away, someone thinks, I should keep an eye on him. Another asks about the magic faculty's top student. The noble lady tells her friend that a test wouldn't even faze her. The friend is nervous, not knowing how to prepare. Someone reassures her. Oh my, of course, I've prepared well. The noble lady admits she is nervous. Her friend reassures her, suggesting they'll have enough time once they arrive. The noble lady agrees but thinks she may need a teacher. The noble lady explains Greta Academy promotes individual learning. She is told to get used to it. The noble lady says she'll find someone to help with the entrance exam. The noble lady asks what's wrong. Lady Xenia suggests she rest up for the tiring trip. The noble lady stammers in response. Helmut overhears we and thinks, I wondered if there'd be anything to hear. Meanwhile, back at the Charanjan estate, a subordinate reports, yes, I saw it with my own eyes. The mysterious figures discuss the situation. The group they are following received a request and relocated a few hours ago. They discuss how easily they can catch up. However, they also note the knights and mercenary. The men are ordered to eliminate Helmut alone. How tenacious, one of them says. The man laughs, ha ha ha, I'm just being cautious. He continues, the Black Hawk's philosophy demands complete annihilation. The man grins menacingly, chuckling with delight at Helmut's naivety. Yes, what you said just now. Gilton and the noble lady arrive at a humble inn. The innkeeper welcomes them. The group arrives at the inn. Gilton says to rest well in this small village. Helmut reacts, saying, phew. Helmut channels his vis. My vis has gotten much better compared to the forest of roots.